Welcome everyone. This video is to show my car collection in the game Grand Theft Auto 5 online. I've spent a lot of time collecting these cars, modifying them, and spending a ton of virtual money on them, and I wanted to document where all the cars are on the map, what modifications I've done, and so on. Should anything ever happen to my Rockstar account, I'd be able to rebuild my collection again based on this video. I'm starting here in the Audi, Volkswagen, and Porsche garage, as you can see. Next up, I'll head over next door. I recently bought these three houses, one beside the other, to keep all my collections close by and safe. It's just really convenient to have all these garages nearby. Little tip in case you ever play this game. As you may be able to tell by the design, this is my BMW group garage. On the left you see a couple of coupes and convertibles. It's got a 6 Series and then a few 3 Series along the left. At the end there's an X5. The two M3 looking cars next to it are found for free in front of the Tequila Law between the hours of midnight and 6 a.m. I believe. They spawn there in purple and yellow, and you can sell them for a lot of money or keep them and modify them as I've done here. So go and pick those up if you don't have one already. On the other side of the garage, I've got a 745i sedan and a 6 Series coupe and E30 M3. Next up, we've got my Japanese car garage. On the left, you can see the LG EH8. That's a free car, and I've had it for a long time. One of the free supercars you can get when you first start the game, and then an older Skyline on the other side. I'm really proud of this sedan, the Intruder. I love how that thing looks. Recently bought that and lowered it. At the end here, I've got a couple of Futos. Those are supposed to be AE86 Toyotas. And then the Subaru sedan I'm proud of. And then my favorite Japanese car is the yellow Sultan RS Custom at the end. That thing is so awesome, and not a lot of people know about that car. You'll notice I have two white Futos, the AE86 replica. I built the second one here, the GTX, recently, but I couldn't bear to sell the first one here on the right, so I decided to keep them both. Next up, we'll head to my auto shop. In there, you'll find my Italian car collection. I've got a series of 3 Lamborghinis, a couple of Ferraris, and some other random old Italian classics. Here's my Countach, Diablo, and more recent Lamborghini. That Lamborghini I got was one of the earliest cars I got in the game, kind of my first big splurge purchase and supercar, so I've had it a long time. Next is my Lancia Stratos rally car. I love how that car looks, an old Ferrari 250 of some kind. Ferrari F1 car, Ferrari Testarossa, and my white Ferrari F40, and of course a little Fiat 500 here on the end, just for fun. Really cool design, this garage. I love what Rockstar's done with the recent tuner update. I'm a big fan. And you can also get a Route 66 themed American style car garage in this same building if you prefer. Next up, we'll go to my house at 4 Hangman. Hangman's one of my favorite properties, by the way. It's a relative market price-wise. Plus, there's a landing area for your helicopters. You can see a pool and a pretty nice garage in a pretty nice neighborhood. Although I will add, there's only spots for 6 cars in this garage, which is unfortunate. On the left, right in front, you see the Ocelot Pariah. Sort of looks like an Aston Martin, maybe Vanquish or something. And it is the fastest car in the game, believe it or not. Doesn't look it, but it is the fastest based on most of the websites I looked at. So there's a good tip for you if you want to buy one, modify it. You'll beat pretty much any car out there. Also got a McLaren F1, the Lotus Esprit, an old Aston Martin coupe, looks like a Vantage perhaps, or a DBS. And then we've got the Rolls-Royce Classic and another newer Aston Martin that I just like, and you can pick these up for free on the street. Next up, we'll head to the CEO office. I've got 3 garages stacked here. They're all pretty large. I think they each hold at least 24, so times 3. First one is just my general American car collection. No GM here, just other American cars. I've got 2 Lincoln Continentals. The left is the custom version of the one on the right, but they're not much different. I wouldn't recommend wasting the money on the custom one. The Dundreary Virgo Classic. Next is another Lincoln Continental. The older one looks like a Mark II, I think it would be, the Chino. And then two what I consider unmarked cop cars, although you can't get cop cars in the game unless you mod. So those are the closest things you can get with cop cars. Second level here, continuing the American car collection. A lot of Fords again. Ford RS200 rally car, Ken Block's Unicorn Mustang, and you can see a couple other Mustangs here. That one you can win as a prize car, or at least I did. And a couple more Mustangs. This Viper GTS, I love. The Banshee. Did not get this special 900RR edition. I didn't think it was worth the money, and the rear apron looked even uglier. These yellow Mustangs here, the Burger Shot, those are free. You can get those on the car purchase website. And then down at the end there is the Jeff Gordon DuPont tribute car. Not much up top here. This is kind of my overflow area and cars I want to sell. So none of these cars are probably going to stick around, to be honest. Even next up, we'll go to garage number 2. That is my GM collection. Needed a whole garage just for these vehicles. Starting with this Nova here, followed by what looks like maybe a Cutlass, Buick Grand National, Cadillac Fleetwood after that, and then I've got the 57 Chevy, plus the El Camino on the end. Next up, we've got the second level of the GM garage. First you see one of these, I don't know, Buick Regal maybe convertibles, and then the same car again as a hardtop, which I really love the look of that. Those wheels, Cognoscettis, you'll see those wheels a lot in my collection. Got a first gen Camaro, a second gen Firebird Trans Am, followed by a later model second gen Firebird Trans Am, and then two second gen F-body Camaro Z28s. For the top level of the GM garage, we've got this old classic 70s station wagon ready for vacation, a lifted Buick Regal like the Grand National downstairs, and then a recent acquisition. I've got this, I call it a Cadillac STS, kind of could be a Lincoln Continental maybe, but I think it's a Cadillac, and it's got those same Cognoscetti wheels on there that I like. Alright, for the third and final garage in this office, we've got the trucks and SUV section. Starting out with the trophy truck in red. It's next to a Jeep Mesa. By the way, you can steal these Jeep Mesas by calling in Merryweather, stealing the Jeeps from Merryweather, and then saving them to your garage and modifying them later. That's how I got that one, and they're free, essentially, except for the price of Merryweather and mods. Ford Bronco, the Ford F250 or 350, also known as the King XL, and then a modified Sand King XL as well. On the end here is this root beer and chrome colored Vapid Guardian, aka F650 Ford. Useful because the utility bed means you don't fall out of it and you can put stuff in it and stay relatively stable in there as someone's driving it. One more thing about this blue Sand King XL I walked past, that's available as is, or one very similar, out in the desert near the mod shop, near the airport in the desert, next to some shop. It spawns there for free, you can pick it up, put it in your garage and save it, and or modify it or sell it. Next we're looking at the top level. We've got the Ford Blazer, the K5 Blazer, followed by the Chevy Astro van, a Suburban, looks like a square body Suburban, and maybe a mid-90s Silverado 3/4 ton, and then the late model Suburban that the FBI uses. At the end I've got the Chevy Express camping van and a Range Rover, which I might sell. Next we go to my aircraft hangar for a very brief tour there. I just wanted to show it mostly for my own record keeping. What vehicles would I need to buy if Rockstar was to get rid of my account for some reason? We've got the B11 Strike Force, which I really like. It's the Warthog. And the Akula, which is a stealth capable helicopter in the game, which is super handy. And then a couple of just modified jets and prop planes. I've got a whole bunch more in storage as well. There's not enough room to display all the aircraft in this hangar, so you can see that list here. I'll quickly go through the vehicles I have in my facility. There's only really two noteworthy ones here. One is the white armored Mitsubishi Lancer, I guess you'd call it. I've had that for a long time. A lot of folks were using those for the Lester heists back in the day. And the gold colored DeLorean I have, some might wonder why is it gold, not silver like most DeLoreans. This is a tribute to the real-life American Express giveaway cards that they had. There was two gold-plated ones back in the day. And the final stop on our tour is the Casino Garage. Casino Garage is where I keep my oddball vehicles or vehicles that I don't know what to do with, and that includes some of the ATVs and power sports vehicles. I've, I won this ETR thing. I think it's supposed to be like a Mark IV Supra race car, and I put the Denso looking livery on it. I want a Civic Type R, I guess it is, and an Eclipse, but I never really use these cars. And as you can see, I've also got the Yamaha Raptor looking thing in real life. And then coincidentally in the game, there's a vehicle called the Raptor. It's just orange three-wheeled thing that I don't really use either, but looks kind of cool. The rest of the vehicles are just random ATV type stuff that I've picked up along the way. What I don't have displayed in the garage, unfortunately, is my Lifeguard Blazer. I think it got seized by the police. You can pick up a free Lifeguard ATV down at the beach, down near the Santa Monica Pier. Snag those, put it in the garage, and you can have them for free. And they look pretty cool with all the accessories on them. Well, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the tour, and thanks for watching.